The movie is starting.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Movie is Starting. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremiah.
I am your other host, Chris.
And today we are joined by...
ItsRocketSauce, Ryan.
Woo! Back once again.
Yes, sir.
And,
Thanks for having me back.
Well, thank you for actually volunteering to do this episode, because this is part of our franchise series. And right now we are on what, Chris?
We're on part 2 of the Evil Dead trilogy.
Yes.
Dead by Dawn, bitches.
You know, and it's funny because either way, because like as I said before, this is the only Evil Dead movie I technically saw in the right order, because I saw them in reverse. Saw Arm of Darkness first, then I saw this movie, then I saw the original Evil Dead. So,
well, this is my first Evil Dead movie. I saw this. My dad told me not to watch the first one because it was a piece of shit. Yeah. And then saw Army of Darkness, and then I said, "Screw you, Dad. I do what I want." And then I watched Evil Dead. I do what I want. I do what I want. I do what I want. What about you, Sauce?
So for me, this was the second one I watched. My experience from this since from high school, when just one of my best friends still to this day. He asked me if I saw any of these movies, and I never did. But that poster for Evil Dead 2 always stuck out with the skull with the eyeballs looking. I remember going to the first video rental place we used to go to all the time was like they had that poster on the wall with, I think, Child's Play 2, the one where Chucky's got the big hedge clippers.
Yep.
So those two were always stuck in my mind because they were like in the horror section. So yeah, I never saw it till I was in high school. Yeah, I watched them in order. And the first one really didn't sway me onto the series, but the second one did, and it was my favorite in the series. Mm-hmm. I love all three of them to this day, but the second one still is my favorite of the three. It just it took me a little bit winning me over with the second one to actually make me, I guess, go back to the first one.
Appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah,
the tone is like
well, each one changes. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like we call it kind of it's a sequel and a remaster, if you will.
Yeah,
a remake.
Like a remake and a sequel at the same time. Because like we were talking last week when we watched the original, that they were not able to, or Sam Raimi was not able to get the rights for the footage from the first movie to do a recap at the beginning of the second. So he basically said, "Fuck it, we'll just film like a really quick recap at the beginning, and then we'll get right back into where we wanted the movie to start."
Any of you guys ever see Evil Dead the musical?
We were actually talking about that last week because I think Dykler had seen it.
Dykler says he had seen it. Our guest last week has seen it twice. Yeah. I tried to go see it, but I just couldn't get out to see it. But I'm hoping that in the post-COVID world, it might make a comeback.
The music is actually toe tap, and I recommend it. So even just picking up the soundtrack is worth it. But it's a good time. I actually did have the soundtrack when I couldn't go. I actually went and bought the soundtrack so I could actually listen to the songs. It kind of is Evil Dead 2. Kind of is. It's a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, no, and this is also. I mean, you definitely see with this one they get a bigger budget. That because in the first one they basically had no budget. It was just them. They spent
seat of their pants.
I think they spent all their money on the camera, and even like the whole that great look that you have with like where they put the camera on those planks and are carrying it around. That came about because they wanted to have a steady cam, but they couldn't afford a steady cam, so they just built that. And for what they were doing it with,
it worked.
It worked way. For what they were doing with it, it looked way better than a steady cam would have.
But they got the steady cam for this one.
This is also where you see K&B effects for the first time. Greg Nicotero, who is now the guy to go to for practical effects. This was one of the first movies that he and his studio worked on. And
Kurtzman, was it Kurtzman, Berger, and Nicotero? Yep.
Yeah. He also is the hand in several scenes.
He got to flip Bruce Campbell off. He can brag about that to the day he dies. So shall we get into it?
Yes.
All right, so right now this movie is actually streaming on, what is it, Cinemax?
Well, if you have a Cinemax subscription through cable or through Amazon, you can watch it either on demand or on Amazon. Various DVDs and Blu-ray.
Yes, there are unlimited versions of this on both DVD and Blu-ray. I mean, it is all over the place. I'm sure there's like 50 variations on VHS too. So yeah, thank you, Anchor Bay. So yeah, I'm watching my copy on Blu-ray, and I think Rocket's watching it on his DVD.
Yeah, on my PS2, because it was portable, and I have these fancy book edition. I don't know, for Evil Dead.
Oh yeah,
2.
I got my Evil Dead 1 book edition over there right now.
It makes a little screaming noise when you press in the eyeball. I don't know if you caught that.
All right, so since this is a commentary track, we hope you watch the movie with us. And we have the movie queued up before the Rosebud logo begins, and we are pressing play now.
Rosebud.
No, we are not watching Citizen Kane.
Oh, and here we get the recap of the Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
I will say that the stop motion has definitely improved.
Yeah. And this is the second design.
Yeah.
Of the book.
It gets redesigned in every movie. Well, it got burned in the last one, so maybe it's just the melty version.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it made of skin, right?
Yeah.
Flesh.
Human and inked in human
It's
blood.
been Freddy Kruegered.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, it's bound. The binding is human flesh, yeah. Which, yeah, because the actual, I think, was it, God, who was it? Shit, I can't think of his name. The xenophobic pulp writer. Cthulhu and all that.
Lovecraft?
Lovecraft, yeah. I think he's the one that actually came up with the term Necronomicon in like some of his stories.
Thank you, Lovecraft.
Yeah. Thank you, you racist, xenophobic,
heroin addict.
Yeah. Yet, I mean, it's one of those things like, but damn, he did come up with some good, like, horror, like, you know,
he was a shit person, but he's a fucking fantastic author.
Yeah. And that car looks familiar. It's because it was in the last movie.
Yep.
And
they've cut the cast down from 5 to 2 just to cut down on time.
Yeah. By the way, this lady was, I forget at the time, or if I know she eventually did, was married to Steve Guttenberg. So,
is this pre or post Police Academy?
Yeah.
This was post. So
damn it, Mahoney.
Don't tell her it's me, Gutenberg.
Oh, God. That bald cat must have done it for her. Did you know that movie just got renamed to The Boyfriend School?
What?
I saw it. It was on Amazon streaming, and it was called The Boyfriend School. I started watching it. Even the theme song is exactly the same.
Yeah, and even
the theme song is "Don't Tell Her It's Me," but the movie's now called The Boyfriend School for some reason. Yeah. Anyway, Evil Dead 2.
Yeah. And then there's that hideous thing that no one in their right mind would give to their girlfriend.
Well, it's Ash, right? He's a real ladies. He's a real ladies' man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about the dick.
That chin.
And that chin. Yep.
But I do like his line here about like hey, let's have some champagne.
This is where like you can tell the tone of the movie is going to be a little bit different because finally someone's cracking jokes and being silly.
Yeah. Well, and I love how they set up in this because in the other one it seemed like they rented the cabin, and this they're clearly not supposed to be there. Like she's like, what if the people who own this come home? And he's like, oh, we'll just tell them we're stranded.
Who leaves the house unlocked?
Well, you know, when you're getting killed by a Kandarian demon, you don't really have time to think about locking. And then this is never a good idea.
I don't know if I quite remember this happening the first time.
And
the other guy played it.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is like, think about the last movie. It took them probably about 20 minutes to get to this point.
And they've already gotten to it in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, this is just meant to be like a quick-ass recap. The movie doesn't truly start until the camera slams into Bruce Campbell's chest.
Yeah.
That's nice. They filmed a little flashbackiness.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that skull and the knife doesn't actually barf up blood this time.
There's always next time. Oh, Henrietta knitting.
This incantation brought to you by Panasonic.
Raising demons for 40 years.
All of a sudden, you see Nev Campbell and Fairuza Balk and Rachel True standing outside of the windows, calling the four corners and shit.
on the plus side, the book's got pictures, so
Yeah, I know.
It's the first graphic
So even
novel.
Donald Trump would like it. Like I swear, Bruce or not Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi has it against Windows.
And
like he just hates Windows.
That and eyes.
Yeah.
Look at all the eye shit that happens in these movies. The champagne.
So the thing about this one was this was during that period where I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies.
Yeah.
And we used to get this magazine in the mail called like Video Review or something. It was all about movies that came out on home video, and they would get like they'd have reviews in it, but they mostly talk about VCRs and tech and shit like that. And there was like a really quick, like 2-paragraph review of this, and I remember reading it, and the guy gave it like a perfect score.
Oh, nice.
And I was just kind of like, what is this? And my dad's like, you're not watching that. Like, I've seen the first one, you're not watching that, because he knew the first one was just a gore fest, right?
Yeah.
But he ended up renting it anyway for himself and my mom. So I remember he rented it, came back in, he says, I just rented that Evil Dead 2 movie, don't you dare come downstairs while I'm watching it. So my brother and I were like, okay. So my dad went down there and watched it because my mom, I think, was off bowling with her friends or something.
Yeah.
So I remember my dad went down and watched it, and I kept hearing him laugh. And we were like, okay, whatever. And then the movie ended, and my dad comes upstairs, and he kind of like had his arms crossed, like he was confused. He's had this like look, and he goes, "You guys need to come downstairs and watch this with me." And my brother and I were like, did we hear that right? What's going on? And he's like, yeah, I think you guys need to come downstairs and watch this. And my brother and I were like, oh, okay. Well, okay. Is it scary? And he looked at us and he's like, not really. So, yeah, here's where part 2 kicks off.
Yeah. This is literally the last shot of
the first
part
movie,
1, yeah.
And then blurg.
And I think that's
and now it's part 2.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the exact same footage from the first one. It almost looked like, at least that last shot where it went through the front door.
But that is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I will give Sam Raimi credit for, like, I mean, even though this did have a low budget, it was like a super low budget. Yeah. He really got some bang for his buck in the visuals department. But, so yeah, my dad watched that movie with me and my brother, and we all were laughing our asses off while we were watching. My dad was cackling like a crazy person. And then it ended, and my mother came home from bowling, and she's like, hey, what are you guys doing? And my dad goes, you got to watch this with me. So my dad watched it 3 times in one night.
So he was a fan.
Yeah. And every time someone would come over, like if they were visiting, my dad would be like, hey, you want to watch a really good movie? And he'd play this for my relatives, like family, friends, all that kind of shit. I mean, he must have watched this movie at least 50 times, like within the first year that we had a copy of it. Yeah, he absolutely loved it.
Sun hurts the demons here.
Yeah. And they're not vampires. They're not sparkling.
Yeah. And you're going to see a lot of reverse shots.
Yeah.
You know.
That's not milk.
Sam Raimi loves his reverse. I mean, once again, I think there's a certain creepiness I always feel with things that are filmed in reverse, like that,
like the fog.
Just, you know,
everything in the fog. Yeah. Well, at least here it's done really well.
Yeah.
But like they really got some crazy ass shots in this fucking movie, like this one that's about to happen right here.
His legs are still wet.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that is nuts. That is a crane shot. But it is in reverse.
Yeah. Oh, one of the reasons too, you'll notice that a lot, like the blood has multicolors in this, is because they did not want to get an X rating.
Yeah, so that's why it's every color but red.
Yeah, well, there's a few.
There's some red. Yeah, there's some red.
But like for the most time, it's like it'll be green.
If he's hacking off a limb or something, it's never.
Yeah.
Except when he hacks off his own hand.
Yeah, it's for the most part, it's usually black or green or any color. Yeah, you said any color but red. But there's a few red shots.
Yeah.
The first one was like rated X, right?
Yeah.
Or for a minute there, or got it.
Yeah.
Or just maybe unrated. Maybe didn't even get a rating.
That was a hell of a day.
Yeah, he slept through most of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, burying your, decapitating and burying your girlfriend takes a lot out of you.
Well, the thing is, like, they made it look like he went flying like half a mile, and it turns out he's like right in front of the house.
Yeah.
It was just really windy.
Yeah. You might want to change your hair product, dude. It's turning your hair colors.
That's not creepy at all.
No, not at all. It's like, deuces. Peace out, I'm gone. Yep. I wouldn't stick around either.
Bye.
Should have trusted the suspension.
Come on, let's hear your William Shatner moment from Star Trek 2. There it is.
Yeah. Clearly not a match shot either.
Not at all. And that's not him being stop motionized.
Yeah.
This is like, it's just, he was asleep the entire day.
Yeah. I mean. Oh, by the way, all of because actually I watched there's a horror movie documentary I just watched on Shudder, and they talked about, when they were talking about this movie, they even talk about how like all the scars and all the bruising and everything, Bruce Campbell did that himself. Like that wasn't any like
The
they didn't have a
makeup,
makeup
or are those
person.
real cuts?
Yeah, like he developed the palette, like the scar palette and stuff that they attached.
Hidden talents.
Yeah. Well, I mean, bear in mind it's like that he and Sam Raimi were like, before this movie were at this point they'd probably been making movies, short films and stuff for 15 years.
Yes.
So.
That sounds like my youth.
Yeah. And I love how you never see the evil.
Yeah.
But,
well, yeah, you kind of do at the very end.
But like,
yeah,
I don't
know.
When it breaks the door down.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's true. But that's It Made Flesh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even in like there's a scene in Army of Darkness where like it's showing like all that stuff running at him, and then you look behind him and like there's nothing there. You know?
It's just like there's something coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, the door's gone, bro.
Yeah.
This must have. Oh, you just saw the hand.
Yep.
The guy moved it, held the door open. There it was again.
Yep. Maybe it won't follow me in the crawl space.
Oh man, that must have been hell to shoot.
Yep.
Now this is just Bruce Campbell standing behind the cameraman. That's exactly what we did with you, Jeremiah, in the creep sketch.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Gives up so easily.
Yeah. It's all tuckered out.
Yeah.
He knows everything will reappear. Just gotta wait it out.
Seems like a pretty chintzy made cabin.
Well, it's old.
And it has no windows. I don't know if it was intentional, if Sam Raimi told Bruce Campbell, like, over-exaggerate every single facial expression in this movie. Please, just overdo it every single time.
Well, that was kind of the thing. Like with this one, they were trying to go for more broad,
like kind of like Three Stooges.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that was actually one of the things that I remember on like the special features thing where they talked when Greg Nicotero sat down and he met with Raimi. He talked about how it was like, oh yeah, this guy was like really into Three Stooges, and they totally got that humor, and it worked for us.
More victims right here.
Hey, I think that guy's a member because of his jacket.
Do they ever show you what's in that fucking thing? I don't think so.
Clothes.
Yeah. Probably 30 pairs of shoes. Because she's a lady.
Mm-hmm. And rich.
How did she even close that trunk? That's what I want to know.
That's
when cars had trunk space.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, so all that stuff you see on his face, yeah, Bruce Campbell developed that. Or like was the one that did all that himself.
Trying to look like Indiana Jones with the scar on his chin and shit.
And another fun fact is he did not have a stunt double, so he did all his own stunts in this too. And some of them, as we get further on, are kind of shit he could have really injured himself on.
Oh yeah. The suspense is terrible.
It's not going to last.
Okay.
And who do we find in there? Lucy Lawless. Oh wait, no, that's much later.
Yeah. Crikey. I'm out.
Well, it's just a player piano.
Yeah, it's an old Western.
Yeah, but it's fucking with him though. It's gonna make you feel guilty
and wistful.
Yes. Yeah.
I should have gotten her a real gift.
Yeah, this wouldn't have happened if I bought her a car. Fuck those windows, man. Yeah.
And here's some classic stop motion for you here.
She rotted pretty quick.
Yep. Well, she's demon possessed, and that, sure takes its toll. It's another clearly reverse shot there too.
Like all of a sudden she's blonde.
Yeah, she's blonde now.
I mean, I guess it's supposed to be. She's banging the tree. It's in the movie, Jeremiah.
There we go. Oh.
And even though it's supposed to be kind of scary, it's also kind of funny at the same time. Yeah. Like this shit.
Yeah. That was like really twisted Rankin Bass. Well, thank God that's over.
Ashley of the Nine Fingers. No! And here's the slapstick.
Yeah, some stooges a little bit.
Yep.
And then this is like one of the first ads I ever saw for this. I just remember on cable, probably even Cinemax, like them showing the promo with the head in his lap and it biting him.
I think my dad thought that this kind of stuff would freak us out with like the head falling off and all that kind of stuff. But we're just kind of like, Dad, we've seen some horror movies. Yeah. We've seen some shit.
And wait for Workshed, because it's so obviously a dub.
Yeah. They did that in ADR, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is it right here, or when he's on the ground?
Now you know where Jason Bourne got that move. I like how he had to reach over the couch to do that.
Yeah, I think here it is. Yeah. His lips didn't even move.
It's like he sounds kind of calm when he says it too. Work shed.
Yeah, well, and what's funny about that is apparently Kurt Russell was a huge fan of this movie. And when they filmed Escape from L.A., which Bruce Campbell had a really brief role in, I guess, like according to Bruce Campbell, Kurt Russell came up to him and said, "Hey, do me a favor, say work shed." It's funny though, like, you really notice it. It was a little bit in, and you see a little bit in the first Evil Dead, but you really see it on display here, of that kind of pointing out an object and zooming in on it thing that Raimi loves doing, which he even does in like the Spider-Man movies.
And he always like cocks the camera when it happens too.
Yeah.
Because Raimi likes the Dutch angles.
Yeah. And then once again.
And it was like this kind of shit, just like slamming into him. It's just a dead body on. It's like a fake body on a stick.
It's like a turkey.
Yeah. Even like if you look at Bruce Campbell, it looks like he's half laughing.
Yeah.
Look, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
And then, and of course, that little gag there.
You're gonna have a real intimate relationship with that chainsaw later on, buddy. It's like his like facial expression just cracked me up. I can't believe that people behind the camera were able to keep a straight face half the time. Laughing on the soundtrack and shit.
Ugh.
So I just did that.
Oh.
I like his other self telling him that.
Oh yeah.
Always cracks me up.
Badass, if you will.
Yes, which makes a comeback in part 3.
Yeah. And also the series as well.
I haven't seen the series. So.
Yeah. Oh, really? You haven't seen any of it?
I have it on Blu-ray. I have the whole set, but I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet.
It's pretty good. It's easily watched. Like each episode's only like 30 minutes long too, so it's a fast watch.
Cool. I'm surprised his shirt is still blue.
Yeah.
It's a smart shirt.
Those things are made to last.
Mm-hmm.
Gun beat chainsaw. There we go.
I love the sound design in this too. It's like, where did the green come from? It's like green on his shoulders.
Unless that's supposed to be, that could be her blood.
It was black.
They also show like green blood later, so maybe the head, I don't know. But then it was red. Chris, stop asking questions.
I know, right? I'm just looking too deep into it.
Yeah. Point out your flaws somewhere.
He just had his hand bitten by a severed head of his dead girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yep, here he goes, William Shatner again. Oh man, he is the king. And here we go.
Yeah. And I love, if you'll notice,
We can already tell he's got that weird brow.
Yeah, because the subtle changes in his face to show you that that's not really his reflection. And even the eyebrow. Notice the difference between the eyebrows.
Fine. You might be going cray-cray. It makes me wonder if like he made this shit up, like he was ad-libbing these like little like that.
And then there you go.
Ink was bad.
First one. And his reaction to his hand turning bad is great here.
And immediately goes for the eyes.
The "you bastard" speech.
It is fucking William Shatner, man.
Bastards.
You Klingon bastards. Don't think you quite have it on the ground at that point. Segway.
By the way, Chris, I think this was the guy, the guy who plays the hillbilly dude. He died.
Yeah, he's the guy with the fake leg from Darkman.
Yeah, and he's in like several, and he's also the killer in The Intruder. Spoilers if you haven't seen The Intruder.
Damn it, Jeremiah, we're gonna watch that next week. No, you're
but yeah, he recently passed away. I think it was either 2020 or 2000 or in 2019. But yeah, he was one of those guys that Raimi. I think he was one of Raimi's friends from Michigan, and he would usually have some role in Raimi's movies.
I don't think I've ever seen this Annie, the actress who plays Annie, in anything other than this.
Actually, if you look at her filmography, she only did, I think, one other movie. Other than this,
not really known for her acting, I guess.
But this character, by the way, was originally written for Holly Hunter.
For Holly Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a nobody at the time.
Yeah, because
what was her big claim to fame? The Burning.
But it was because they all, and it makes sense because they all hung out together. Like Holly Hunter, Raimi, Sam Raimi, and the Coen brothers. Like I think they all lived together, and they had originally written this role with her in mind. But then I think she's probably doing like Raising Arizona or something.
I think she either got, it was either that or she was doing Miss Firecracker.
Yeah, and was unavailable. And I think is it Diane Pivo or DePiva, I think is her name. Is the one that ended up playing her. Let me look up here.
Can you imagine what this movie would have been like if it was Holly Hunter?
Yeah, especially like killing her. Well, sorry. No, people know. Let's see here. The grand hand battle continues.
Yeah, and this is where it goes into ludicrous territory.
Yeah, and this is just like when you watch it, it's like, bear in mind, as I said, Bruce Campbell does not have a stunt double, so he could have really fucked himself up in a lot of this. It's like, yeah, those are gags, but that sink isn't, and this floor that he's about to do this on.
Are you sure that Bruce Campbell didn't go to circus school?
Yeah, that is. I mean, that is not padded.
Why is he not trying to stop it with the other hand?
Well, now it's got him. He's all unconscious.
This is great.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm saying, like, this just looks like it would hurt. Just even look, just his face.
He's doing it with his feet.
I know, but but I'm just saying, like, just his face being on the ground, like.
The plaster, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I realize he's probably on, like, his lower body is probably on something, but still, his upper body's like he's on his face and his chest. It probably doesn't feel too good on it.
Playing possum.
Who's laughing now?
How was his hand even able to laugh? I like how he starts this on the first try. Yeah. Right. Bullshit.
With his mouth.
Yeah. Well, and that's, it's like if you've ever started even just started a lawnmower, you know that there's no way you could do it with your mouth.
Nope.
It's like if he did, his teeth would be gone.
Well, he does get a hell of a jaw, so
yeah. Oh, that's true. That chin could kill.
That sounds like a book title.
No, I don't believe it is.
Okay. Damn it, I thought I was onto something.
Looks
like the one fucking thing. Yep, me and my little booty shorts like I'm going to boarding school.
Yeah.
I know, we got the fake leg.
Oh,
Whoop, there you go. Just broke it off.
So the thing too is, I'm wondering if he's actually wearing dentures, or if if in reality he's missing those teeth. And then, here comes a little joke.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah, they used a doily.
I was gonna say, that was Henrietta's best doily. That's what they do. Is like, do you really think that was? I mean, it pulled his whole body across the room.
Oh, the flies are already attacking it.
Yeah, that's I think that's Greg Nicotero.
They obviously sped that footage up.
Yeah. And the hand was it's a combination of a human hand with but then there'll also be one that's like an animatronic hand. Like for certain,
you only shot the one, dude.
That's clearly a stop, yeah. I do love, where is it? Where it does that, yeah, and then and then yeah.
This ear thing is just, huh?
Yeah. He spotted it, Shit's about to get cray-cray.
Or did you?
Yeah. And apparently, I guess they shot this sequence whenever he's in the living room and it's just getting shot, just getting doused with blood. Yeah, this right here, many, many times, and they said Bruce was always game for it. He was a good sport about it.
Might want to take a shower.
Like he just discovered oil. He struck it rich.
Yeah, I know, right? Twice.
Man.
Up came a bubbling crude.
Kind of reminds me of those talking Billy Bass, or even like those deer things that would like talk to you. I think that's Sam Raimi laughing.
That's Holly Hunter right there.
Oh.
Well, if we can't kill him, let's drive him crazy. I wonder if the intention was to get him to shoot himself.
Little dance singer.
You listen to the can jumping around in the back.
Ashy slashy. And then
that scream is so you know who screamed. You know.
Yeah.
It's so recognizable.
Oh.
I was gonna say he's what's his name? Oh jeez, I don't mind the toe. Michael Caine from Jaws: The Revenge, right here. He's already all dried off.
Yeah.
Suspense.
At least the clock hasn't stopped.
Yet. Oh my god, this is just like that fight in They Live.
Nah, because, they had two hands.
Too soon.
You got the wrong guy. Sorry. had to incorporate that because we haven't seen that yet.
Still carrying that little frame.
Well, it's got the precious pages in it. No, this don't look good.
Just from touching him, you see her hands; they're all covered in blood already.
It's gonna ruin her sweater.
Even cashmere.
Even the guy who was punching him isn't that bloody. Throw him in the cellar.
Maybe he got his outer shirt all bloody and he took it off.
Oh yeah, it's flannel.
Yeah.
No, they don't notice the green blood that is coming out of the holes in the wall.
And then
That had to suck doing that.
yeah. Oh. Tooey.
Or sure, was that spit or was that tobacco?
Yeah. Oh, Bobby Joe.
I just wish we could have seen Holly Hunter swallow that eyeball. I could see Holly Hunter playing her part.
Yeah. Oh no, just like the very country accent thing fits with Bobby Joe.
She talks like this.
Yeah.
I just watched Time Code the other day, so I'm kind of I just got Holly Hunter talking in my brain right now. I think we should do an intervention.
Yeah. I always think of Raising Arizona. We got a baby, everything's changed.
Yeah, I'm barren.
Hi, H.I. McDonough.
Hi.
He needs his dip tat.
What was it? They got too much to handle? Something like that. They got more than they can handle.
I won't be the baby high.
We gotta watch that again. That's a movie that I hated when it was on cable all the time when I was a kid because I didn't get it. Now I watch it and I laugh my ass off.
And here comes Henrietta.
Oh yeah, this is where the movie takes off.
Yeah. This is our big bad, I guess.
Scream is.
And that's kind of the running gag is that Ash is kind of a coward. He's only a hero when he really needs to be.
Yeah.
And
like we said in the last movie, he was basically Ripley from Alien.
Yeah.
He was like a wimp the whole movie until, he absolutely had to fight for his life.
And those are legs that are covered in...
Oh, shit. Henrietta got them cankles, man.
I'm going to say some rheumatoid arthritis and bunions as well. Ted Raimi.
That must have been super fun and super horrible to be doing that.
Just gnawing on his boot. Like, yeah. And I know we talked about this last time. At least in this movie, it explains why there is a chain and lock on the cellar, because you really don't get that.
Honk?
Yeah.
That sound effect.
But yeah, like now it actually makes sense because it was, it was put on there to keep that demon locked down there.
Yep. Well, when it took over Henrietta, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas in the first one, it's just like, oh wow, apparently there's just a chain and lock for no reason on this cellar door.
They left those preserved peaches down there too long that they came to life and tried to take over the world, so they had to lock the cellar. Oh, there's going to be a peeping Tom today. You guys have a towel? Come on, Bruce Campbell, act your ass off. Sell that shit.
That thing ain't rumbling around your stomach?
Uh-oh.
The tune she always used to sing to her.
Mama's gonna kick you right in the ass.
Don't do it.
And then she starts quoting Grand Theft Auto 5. I should have swallowed you when you were a babe. Does she have a handkerchief tucked into her cuff of her sweater? I think she does.
I think it's just like, it's one of those old, it's kind of like those doily-esque type dresses that has the little frilled sleeves. And,
blue screen!
Here's, shark face. Dead by dawn.
You can see the strings holding him up.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Led by dawn.
But
That's why she got hired for screams.
Yeah, and you know,
look at her hair.
I was gonna say that's how you get a Bezoar, by eating hair.
Cough up a hairball.
Yeah. Nope, surprise.
Dirt. I think she's the only person who swears in this movie.
Let me ask you a question. And yeah, there's green blood as opposed to red.
Yeah. Well, we already had the red blood geyser, so
Yeah.
time we move on. Growth. So that just happened.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah. I think that was the worst of it.
I don't need to see you
Wink.
shrink after this at all.
Yeah. Wink. I'm not going to have PTSD for the rest of my life. It was hungry. Even the woods got to eat. Hey, Jammer, what were you saying about the clock?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like how they've coupled up. It's like, well, you chopped up my boyfriend. I guess you're my boyfriend now. And then the random John Wayne movie.
Creek.
Let's just stand by the broken ass window.
Ugh.
It's just one thing after another. Can we just take a nap, please?
Well, on the bright side, nothing bad's happening around them. It's all, it's further away. It's not in the room. So
Yeah.
it's like a thunderstorm outside.
And apparently that is a door designed by Jackson Pollock.
You're a smart one, Bobby Joe. She's like, I went to college.
I mean, it was community college, but it still counts.
I went to beautician school.
It was called cosmetology school. Yeah, and
You
she was
smell
just
good.
telling him. She just wanted to let him know what her favorite DC character was.
Yeah, you smell good.
I'll hold this for you. You only got one hand.
He's pretty brave. What badge does he get in the Boy Scouts for this?
The one for Ghost Conversation? I don't know.
I don't know.
One-handed ghost conversation. There you go.
You're a bunch of dicks. You want to hold my hand, baby? Window. Really? Thanks.
Yeah.
Why couldn't your little exposition speech have come earlier in the film?
Also, is it just me, or does he kind of look like Hizuzu?
Yeah, a little bit.
So I'm sure it's a direct reference.
I guess they based the look of Quan Chi on him. I guess I'll see you later, Dad.
I love you. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Hey.
And now the scene with Bob and Joe that's coming up, Sam Raimi is actually really impressed with Kassie DePaiva because
Her backwards acting.
yeah, just how well she was able to act backwards. Like he was like, "This is the best." He's like, "This is the best I've ever seen anybody do this." So this is kind of similar to the tree rape, but it doesn't get as graphic, and there's no rape. It's more of just a tree murder. Maybe some light groping.
You see, the trees just don't like women in cowboy boots. Holy shit, it's Living Forest from Mortal Kombat 2.
Toasty! But yeah, no, and to be fair, like she actually is. It looks like it's happening to her right then and there. Like doesn't look like she's like it looks seamless, or the way she's reacting to it. And it's like for example, like all this is filmed backwards. Like when it shows it going into her skin, they're actually pulling it out. Yeah.
Well, he probably said get it to be extreme and then just like dull it back, pull it back as we go. Derp.
Yep. Nice little transition there.
Nice knowing you, Bobby Joe.
And, if you thought we were done saying her name, you're wrong.
Yeah.
So...
She dead, bruh. D-E-D.
Thank you, Mr. Leguizamo.
You're welcome. Hey, he played Italian once.
Oh.
I jizzed in my pants.
Yeah, foreshadowing right here.
Jizz in my pants, jizz in my pants.
It's you at the end of the movie.
And the sequel.
Yeah.
Look at this. He's trying to set up a franchise, and this movie hasn't even ended yet. God damn. Because K and B like a challenge.
Oh. You know, I'm going to go on a limb here, and I'm going to say that Jake probably would have stormed the Capitol.
Yeah. And been on the news, waving it and shit, screaming Bobby Joe.
Jake probably isn't the type that would wear a mask or get waxed. Just
Bobby Joe.
Just throw that out there.
Yeah, you see him walking past the camera on the news. Bobby Joe.
Yeah, because as he said, he probably thinks the vaccination or the vaccine is a bunch of mumbo jumbo bullshit. Oh, Jake, we easily could have beat this whole thing, but you made shit complicated.
It's because the movie's only been on for an hour.
Yeah.
We still got 28 minutes to go.
Oh, God, my spine.
I mean, bumped that earlier on the tree.
Multiple concussions. That explains why he keeps blacking out.
Oh.
Probably actually didn't even need to cut off his hand.
Yeah, it looks like his stump makes his hand the same length as his other one.
It's so swollen.
Interesting.
Oh, where's Treebeard? The Ents are going to war. Oh.
So can we go back in the house now, please? You're seeing this, right?
No.
Mr. Hickman? You were the one who pointed out that the trail disappeared, you dumb shit.
Well, he only has about a 6th grade education, so. And about as many teeth as a toddler.
Well, now you can always just jump up from behind now. Run.
Just can't catch a break, man. He's just a punching bag this whole movie. Stick my ugly mug right in that camera, boy. He probably had like a retainer or something that had like those teeth in there. He just took them out for the movie. My dad had the exact same thing. Like those 2 teeth never grew back in when he lost them as a kid.
No, well, it's like Brad Pitt, same thing. Like for Fight Club, like and Jim Carrey, exactly.
Jesus.
Yeah. Problem solved.
Yeah. Oh, thank God that's over. Nobody's. No, I spoke too
Bruce
soon.
Campbell turns into the fucking Demon Hulk. Ash smash!
It's good to be bad.
Ash, you got real ugly. I guess they spoiled those good looks.
Like how the knife changes shape in every movie.
Yeah.
Last time it had an actual blade, now it's like a spine.
Yeah.
It's like Rambo. Yeah, he's got a different knife every movie.
Ash goes to Vietnam.
It's a long road when you're on your own.
In a cabin in the woods.
I just now noticed that the gun rack was made out of deer hooves.
Aren't all of them like that?
If you're a real hunter, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Professor Nobi doesn't really seem to like.
He doesn't seem like a hunter type.
Yeah.
There was a shotgun with bullets in this
Maybe
cabin.
it came with the cabin. Who knows? Previous tenant. Oh, Kandarian demon daggers, my only weakness.
That and toothbrushes.
Oops.
Tooth decay, his other weakness.
Yeah, gingivitis.
Hey, how you doing? Just want to know, I'm still in here.
It's like, gotcha.
And that too.
No, my favorite thing in this movie is what she keeps screaming at him later on.
Oh yeah. Oh, not clear yet. He's very slowly getting there. Damn screen door. And then here's something that gets used in the third one as well.
Did you realize there's that little turn lock thing right by your shoulder?
No, because she was screaming.
Yeah. she's a hysterical woman, Chris. They ruined my goddamn gosh, my God.
They just stabbed me in my goddamn spleen. You probably just made it worse.
I was gonna say, you might want to plug that up.
Put it right back in there.
Oh, here is when she starts getting frustrated with him. That's what cracks me up.
I think you punctured my lung. I wonder how many calories she's burning by dragging that redneck across.
Here. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Oh.
Look, he's dying, and she's like, shut the fuck up already!
Die quieter, will ya?
Well, we're about to have a Sonya Blade and Mortal Kombat Annihilation moment here.
Yeah. Which this scene is clearly played for laughs.
Yeah.
This is well over 9 pints of blood.
Yeah.
We're about to get.
The brain hides some.
Jesus. That's like so much to even hit the camera.
Yeah. There's a big gargling sound.
It's like the amount of blood that shot out of there, and she's just got like a couple of like little like patches of it on her clothes.
Yeah. Maybe it's one of those
she
stain
kept her
guards.
head away.
Like, her clothes are scotch guarded.
Yeah. Oh, Bruce. Just so happen. What would have happened if this didn't fall out of his pocket?
Oh no!
Oh, it's in the shape of a skull again.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. He's got Gary Busey teeth.
This is before or after the motorcycle accident.
During.
Just his facial expressions crack me up, like the twitching eye and all that.
Kind of makes you wonder too, because
he's really in pain because the contact lenses.
Yeah. And this is probably back when they were still glass.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, up until even in Lost, like when they made Lost Boys, those were glass contacts. And same thing with Fright Night, and this would have been around that same time period. So fuck.
Yeah, that probably sucked.
Yeah.
If you can dodge the blood, you can dodge an axe.
Oh, thank God we moved past that and she trusts him again. I was
lucky for him, she can't aim for shit. Yeah. Yeah, you almost breaking her jaw right there. Really convincing.
Oh.
Until the script says otherwise, lady.
You know, she's just rubbing her hands together.
Yeah. Twirling her little old lady mustache. It'd been funny if she says to him when he opens up the door, "You want to explain this this corpse in here with no head?"
Head in the vice.
And yeah, and this is another thing that's referenced. Like they reference this in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah,
and you know, and also if you'll
I like how she looked like she was turned on.
The barrel of this shotgun is way shorter than what it is in Army of Darkness.
Yeah. But yeah, that's not how chainsaws work, dude.
Yeah.
This one. It's an all-purpose chainsaw.
No, it's just not, like he touches the barrel and it falls off.
It's diamond bladed.
Yeah. It's like the chainsaws in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake that slice through someone's leg with one slash. It's not a fucking katana, dude. It's a chainsaw.
I've never seen a tree get turned on before.
Yeah. Well, he's got wood.
Ah.
Da, da, da. Or he could have just opened up the lock.
Yeah.
Well, the keys were in the hillbilly guy. He had them.
Oh.
But there are two things you need to notice when you're down in this basement. One is on purpose. I don't think the other one was. So telling Chris,
it might have been something that was shot earlier, and they just had to use a shot
before
of him doing something.
Yeah, before they decided, oh, we're gonna cut your hand off first. But yeah, look. So when they go into the other room, look right beside the door, and you'll see another horror movie icon.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Right there.
There's the Freddy glove.
Yep.
Yep.
Now,
it's because of them using Evil Dead in the first night.
Well, it was an ongoing joke between Raimi and
Craven.
Craven, yeah.
That's a lot of gourds.
Now, a miracle is about to happen here. Now, look at the hand that Bruce Campbell picks up the pages with.
How did they get in that room to begin with?
Hey, look! His right hand just grew back.
Like I said, I'm thinking that they might have accidentally reversed it. Like they might have had to reverse the footage or something.
But even at that,
yeah,
I think they would have caught that. Probably
because it didn't. It's probably because the big cut on his cheek was on his other side.
Yeah.
In that shot, yeah, they might have. It might not have matched everything when they shot it, so they reversed the footage.
But the way that it is cut, and the way it's from the movie, his fucking hand grew back.
Yeah.
For 1 second. Oh.
Well, it's an evil basement.
Yeah.
Things are very they're illusions down here.
What's real?
Oh, hey.
Skeletons walk, apparently.
Well, I found Jake. I know it's him because of the dog tags and the
overalls.
Yeah.
That's a foretelling for the next
get
movie,
water
right?
damaged.
Well, that's something else too with the pages. I love this. Whenever he throws them back up to her. Now I don't know about you, but usually when I throw like pages that are not,
it's a mess,
kind of loose. They kind of go everywhere. But yeah.
Whatever. The magic of film.
They're waterlogged. So.
Yeah.
Get reading. Okay, this is page 7.
That's why I always hate those fucking basement stairs, just because people can be doing it. You never know if somebody's going to be underneath there grabbing your feet,
slash your Achilles tendon.
Yep.
Don't stop.
Get it.
What was that noise down there?
Okay, so something we were talking about in the last episode about how the actor being inside this suit probably made them sweat a whole lot. Yeah. And his crotch is torn open, too. You can see his pants.
Yep.
Watch Henrietta when she turns her head to Ash after he whistles at her. Watch her ear.
Ash is in shape.
Look at her ear.
Yep.
Right see it?
There. You just see it pour out.
All the sweat is just pouring out of his ear hole.
And I love this because we're about to see Henrietta enter a state of Hulkamania.
Yep.
Right
there
here.
It is.
She's like, yeah, even doing.
Can you feel it, brother?
Chaka bra. I love the weird ape sounds it makes.
It's like Q, that movie Q, the Winged Serpent. It's like the sounds it made, like those weird bird sounds.
Well, didn't Deichler say that Raimi had worked on Q?
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah, I think Deichler he'd done all the city stuff, so they probably just borrowed the sound from there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's clearly like a monkey.
Yeah, it's like a monkey bird thing. Yeah. You see his tongue going. What do you think you are, Freddy Krueger?
This is covered with KY too.
Yeah.
It recognizes the song.
Receiver.
And the sound this thing makes when it's like stumbling around with the stump, it sounds like it's farting.
Like a balloon running out.
Yeah.
So this.
That was the point where my dad lost his shit. Where my brother and I heard him like cackling like you wouldn't believe upstairs when he watched it the first time was when that happened.
And and you could, like you were saying earlier, Bruce Campbell got into shape for this role too, because
he did the whole Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom thing here.
Yeah, because you look at his friggin' tricep in this next scene.
Yeah, he didn't work out not to show his muscles.
Yeah, right there, you just see it all fucking cut.
You getting turned on there, Jeremiah?
A little bit.
I'm a little mahogany, a little ebony, a little mahogany.
It's Chris. I am at half mass.
Yeah, I just quoted John Carpenter's Vampires. Deal with it. The trees come alive with the sound of evil
demons. Oh, that's 7 years bad luck.
Yeah, well, he's gonna live it too.
Yeah.
Fuck your chimney.
You know what the best part is that doesn't look at all like a miniature.
No. Sell that shit, Bruce Campbell. Sell it. Yeah, fuck your window.
Then get your ass in gear and finish it.
Then stop doing these avant-garde things with your hands. You're not voguing. Read the goddamn passage.
Ugh. That's a very.
Stop talking and do it.
His delivery of "you didn't finish it" was very, very reminiscent of Return of the Living Dead's. You mean the movie lied?
It's like, stop telling me the exposition part of it. Just do it. There you are.
I don't think I ever noticed that the flowers died too.
Yeah,
I was so used to watching it in pan and scan as a kid.
There's a little salt in the hair.
The face is on his cheek.
Yeah. Up.
That's not part of the incantation.
I was gonna say apparently her only weakness is also the Gandarian demon dagger.
That damn demon hand. Yeah, but they Nancied him a little bit from the first Nightmare on Elm Street with that streak.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that in the sequel. It's not there.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. Yeah. I guess she
shit.
got better.
In medieval times, they might have some cool hair dye.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he just bumped his head against the wall or something.
Yeah.
It reversed.
It was all just a dream.
Some paint left over.
And they just recycle that shot in the third.
Yep.
There are actually several because they're like it'd be too expensive to kind of
redo that just for that, just for like a recap.
Yeah. So yeah, there are actually several shots that are in this that they just reuse at the opening. I love this.
It's like,
You notice how the tree monster kind of looks like the Beast in Krull? I sleep now.
It's all over.
Well, as long as I'm okay.
Yeah. Well, he's like, this seems familiar. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
They even throw the fucking kitchen sink.
Well, the thing I love too is like, yeah, you see the oven, you see all that shit that's like heavy shit, and yet he can still like this is like another. This is more Three Stooges gags where it's like,
Yeah.
It's somehow not sucking him in.
He's got good traction on his boots.
He holds on pretty good for a one-armed man.
Yep.
You can tell that he just like walked to a spot and then they grabbed his feet off screen.
And then.
Are we going to see the titles? Ash versus the Army of Darkness. Oh my god, we're watching 2001.
I remember always thinking the violin just seems so sad.
Yeah.
And this is another gag
Drop the Cadillac.
You see how it just destroys the car,
Yeah.
yet he's fine.
Well, he landed on that nice piece of plywood right there.
Yeah, I
So,
know, right?
I think that would be worse.
Well, I don't know. Could be rocks.
He's Ash, housewares. Come on,
And then-
guys.
Get ready for a certain cameo coming up here.
Yep. Notice the lisp, too.
Mm-hmm.
You've come to the Lovroth.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Get the hell out of here! Even got him standing on the pedestal. You made me do it.
And I think this guy.
This is Sam Raimi.
Oh no. The Sam Raimi's the guy he walks to, but I think that's either Ted or what was the other Robert?
Yeah, there's Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, But yeah, the guy walking towards Sam Raimi, I think, is either Ted Raimi or it's the who's the other guy? The guy that's married to Lucy Lawless.
Oh, Taper.
Yeah.
No.
One of those two.
To be continued.
And granted, it took some time to get from this to.
Well, that came out. This came out in '87,
and then Army of Darkness came out in
'93.
93. Oh, well, even longer than I thought.
I just remember my dad's reaction when I watched it with him. He goes, when it ends and the credits start, goes, "There better be another one." And I was like, "This is a guy who was complaining about how much he hated the first one, and now he wants another one of these."
Oh god, but yeah, no, that's I guess I've always enjoyed. It's a fun. This one's a fun one. Only one, as I said, that I saw in the right order that I was supposed to see it in. And yeah, you definitely see an improvement on just skill level in this one from the first movie.
Well, I think Raimi directed another movie in between. Was it Crime Wave?
Crime Wave, and I think. Well, I feel like he did something else too. Oh, I mean, he was also working with
the Coens.
The Coens at the time, and they were probably, kind of just doing sort of because
he could do second unit or something on one of their movies.
And I feel like, let me see here. Let me look up his filmography. Well, and he was also like doing stuff with John Landis too. Like he was because he was in Spies Like Us, and I'm sure he was learning stuff on set. Like, let's see here, Crime Wave, and then. Yeah, he was doing a bunch of shorts and stuff like that, and directed he was directing music videos, and in the meantime he was also, as I said, being in movies like where was it? Find it. Let's see here. There was something called "Thou Shalt Not Kill," which I have no idea what that is, but he played a cult leader.
Applehead.
But yeah, so he was in Spies Like Us. He was in. He was also producing movies in between because he had. Let's see here. Where are you? Oh, it looks like he produced a shitload of movies in between. I guess he only produced a couple. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, he was probably, as you said, doing a lot of second unit stuff and just kind of learning.
Just kind of gleaning information wherever he could.
Yeah.
Technicolor. Yeah, for all the different colors of blood. Thanks, Pepsi Cola. This mutilation brought to you by Pepsi, everybody.
I don't even remember seeing Pepsi in there.
There might have just been a random can in the background somewhere. We just didn't notice.
Yeah, like when they're in the kitchen or something. Yeah, and there's all the fake chimps. But yeah, Evil Dead 2.
The sequel to the ultimate experience in grueling terror. Not exactly grueling terror in this one.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, they definitely went for a different tone. I think he'd probably had his fill with horror at that point and just wanted to try.
He's like, well, I made the gore movie. There's no topping that. It was just gore all over. It's just, okay, let's just try to make it entertaining as possible. I think he succeeded.
Yeah, it's good times.
Like I said, it's fun. I enjoy watching it. I remember right after seeing Army of Darkness, because I saw Army of Darkness in the theater, and then when we found out about this movie, I was like, we got to rent this. We got to rent this movie because I want more of what we saw in the theater. And I was kind of a little disappointed that he didn't have the chainsaw. Granted, this is me as a 11-year-old kid, so I was a little disappointed that he didn't have the chainsaw or the armored hand through most
the whole
of this
movie. Yeah. Well, at least now you saw where it came from.
Yes, exactly. But I still enjoyed it.
I want to say this is probably the movie that eased me into horror, or helped ease me into horror because it was funny and gross at the same time.
Yeah.
And for me, it's the one that just made me a fan of the franchise, where then I wanted to go forward and check out more of the stuff that, came through it here. So
yeah, I ended up becoming like an advocate for Army of Darkness when that came out, because I saw it in the theater, and then like when it came out on video, I tried to get as many people that I knew to watch it as I possibly could. And then I made a ton of people in my school fans of Army of Dark, of like the Evil Dead franchise because of that.
The thing with the chainsaw is directly referenced in Spider-Man 2.
Yep. I wonder what we're going to see in Doctor Strange 2.
Apparently, and Bruce Campbell on, I forget if it was Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, it was on one of the handles, he posted, because he supposedly he has a cameo in it, and it sounds like he might have a cameo as like an older version of Ash. And because there's a thing where I guess like he was showing in this, he showed like part of his script or whatever online, and said something about Strange asking a disheveled man if he knew where the dark, like, wherever they were, if he knew where the Darkhold was, and he goes, it's a magic book, and then the character that's implied that it's going to be Bruce Campbell goes, doesn't have a face on it, does it?
Well, you know what? They are going to be going in and out of the multiverse, so who's to say that Ash doesn't exist in that?
And I mean, there was a comic, the Ash versus Marvel Zombies, that was it was the Dynamite and Marvel comic where they put Ash in the Marvel Zombies world.
You want to plug anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the co-hosts for the Cartridge Club. That's a monthly book club for video games where we play a game. This month for April, we will be playing the Wind Waker. I'm not the host for this month, but Chris will be on in May's episode.
This episode will probably be on will be released probably way past May.
So if you tune into this,
Chris has been the host in May.
Chris has been the host in May. But yeah, tune into that. You can find me on Twitter as ItsRocketSauce and on Instagram with the same handle.
Whoop whoop!
Thank you for joining us for Evil Dead 2.
Thanks for having me. I love the trilogy. I'm a big fan of Ash. I encourage you, Chris, to watch that Ash vs. Evil Dead show.
Oh, I will.
Yeah,
I'm on vacation this whole week, so it might happen.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you haven't seen it.
Well, I don't have stars, so I couldn't watch it.
But yeah, once again, for those of you listening, if you like what it is that we do, please remember to like, subscribe, and most importantly,
share us.
Yes, share us, for God's sake. Hope you enjoyed it.
Workshed.